Okay, everybody, welcome to my beautiful room with our rainbow wall, sponsored by the Rainbow Wall. My name is Arpi, and this is my co-host Abe.
My name's Abe.
And
Yeah, this is a new a series where we're gonna talk about, some mishaps behind the scenes, and our progress, and this will be pretty cool.
yeah, and we don't have any reason to be nervous because it's just the practice run. You know what I mean? The topic of today, the 48-hour film festival. Okay. Let's begin. Let's dive right into that.
The 48-hour film challenge is a national thing in most cities, or most big cities, where there are 60 teams and they have to create a short film in 48 hours from start to finish, with some requirements in here and there, and then they pit them against each other in their own film festival, I guess. And then
It's a battle royale. They give you the requirements. You gotta do this in the short film. Have to do it. The rest is up to you. You have free reign, but you only have 48 hours to come up with the best cool film that you can do. And what requirements, you might be asking?
I'm just
Then I will tell you the requirements. Number 1. In the short, there has to be the line that goes, "I've been waiting for this." Oh, beautiful.
great.
Number 2, there has to be a business card on screen. Like this one. Oh, fuck. Well, it's not there, but a business card.
Yeah.
And the third requirement, there has to be an uncle/aunt Alex character, which there was. Yeah, there was. So those are the 3 requirements. The rest is up to us. Free reign. And okay.
So we were given the requirements on that Friday night with Arpi. Unfortunately, got sick with COVID 3 days before we were gonna shoot. So we were both scrambling to find a replacement, and we landed on Spencer Lazarus, another peer from film school who have you worked with him before?
Yeah, clowning around.
Oh, right. So, so luckily he kind of saved our asses at the last minute.
We were literally going to shoot the cool scenes in this room with this beautiful rainbow wall. Oh my god, this room has so much potential. We can rig the lights to flip them here and there. We have the LEDs. It was so beautiful. Okay? And then for the first time in my life, 2 or 3 days before the production started, the shoot started, I decided to get COVID. Not really. I didn't decide to get COVID. I just got COVID. I never thought that day would come, but I did. Bro, I literally have kept the memento. I have the COVID. Oh shit. I have the COVID tests. But I don't know. I've never gotten COVID before. Anyway, so we needed a proxy. No, a replacement producer, because obviously I'm not going to be there. I'm not going to be able to solve your problems because, bro, COVID? I don't recommend getting COVID.
Neither do I. I haven't gotten it.
You really?
No.
Holy shit. Okay, then don't.
Alright. I'll try not to. Yeah.
Yeah, and bro, you wanna know the worst part? That day, that night that I knew that I had COVID, I went back and looked at that whole day. It was a Wednesday. I must have talked to over 100 people, close range. And then, ironically, everyone started getting sick around me the next week. So I think I infected 100 people that day.
Bro, started another outbreak.
I low-key did. I mean, I don't know. You gotta be careful out there. All right, let's move on. So, the actual on-set experience.
Yeah, so we ended up shooting at Spencer's place, and the production actually went fairly smooth. For the most part. Well, since RP was out and Spencer took on more of a creative producing role, I was in charge of a lot of the paperwork and like a lot of the producing stuff I took care of, and then of course directorial duties, and I was storyboarding. Like I stayed up that whole night storyboard, and yeah, and then I freaking forgot this thing. We were supposed to use this for sound on set, and I brought everything except this.
Oh, you just like forgot it?
Yeah. But Peter, our gaffer.
Oh yeah, Peter Hawkins.
Peter, the best gaffer ever. He said he did have something in terms of sound, but it was for like music for guitar.
What was it? What type of mic was it?
Fuck, it was like a Tascam DP006, I think that's what it's called.
And it wasn't like the best to shoot a movie?
No, it was a pain in the ass to work with. It was well, it's meant for guitar, so you couldn't like there was like some issue on set to get it running.
What issue?
Oh, fuck, I don't remember. It was and then we finally got it working. Sound was working fine, and then the rest of the shoot went fine. We had a small snafu with catering. I ordered through Grubhub, and I gave a pretty decent tip, just to ensure we get our food on time. Yeah, and we never got our food.
What?
Yeah, there was no driver. We had to go manually pick it up after like an hour and a half. We're just like, yeah, something's up. So we called the place. They were like, yeah, you guys never got a driver. So we had to stop like filming for like an hour and a half to go get the food. And then I didn't realize this on top of this until later, but I paid for like a bundle. It was like the sandwiches, cookies, and chips. With chips was fine because I already had chips on set, so I'm not. But we didn't get the chips or cookies after.
You didn't
No, so it was just the sandwiches. It was like I could have saved like $60 that day because I basically paid the same thing for just sandwiches.
I wish that I wouldn't have gotten COVID because I would have solved that problem. That's my specialty, like to talk to people in a very enthusiastic way in order to follow God's good plan that we're meant to follow. But it was according to God, not meant for me to be on set that day. Oh, I don't want to talk about it, but it was really bad. Just one day. But anyway, that was a sad experience.
Yeah, so
What else happened?
finally after, it must have been like for like 2.5 hours at that point, we finally got back on shoot. And then we wrapped at around like 9, I think.
From when did you?
When did we start?
Uh-huh.
We must have been shooting for like 10 hours at that point, so.
Holy shit! You started at like what? 11, 12?
Something like that, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. And then I went home and then was gonna start editing because that's fun. So Peter gave me the SD card for the sound. So then I went home and tried to offload anything and there's nothing on the SD card. There's no files on the SD card. So
Doesn't that give you like the worst heart drops feeling in the world?
So Peter and I chatted for a bit, and then we realized that we probably needed the sound mixer for it. Like it had like an internal memory or something. So you have to offload the sound onto the SD card. You can't bulk transfer anything, by the way. You have to do like 2 tracks at a time.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
And then after a while, the thing just stopped wanting to transfer. It just stopped working.
What?
Yeah, so that's how we lost our boom sound, because it's just like it came at certain points like it wasn't worth trying to, like, it must have been at that point like an hour and a half before the deadline.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and so the boom operator on set, he was working on the rough cut in the meantime while Peter and I trying to get the sound. We couldn't get the sound, so we just created a poster, I guess, and then Antonio, the boom op, the editor, co-editor, he turned in the rough cut, and there's still a lot of work that needed to be done on it, and it was like an hour and a half before the deadline. So, dude, I was moving like a fucking Mexican, dude, and like it's crazy. So I think I got it in a pretty watchable state because people didn't like it when we screened it. There's good reactions, and I can I guess contribute that to Pam's writing ability, because she had some really good jokes in there. It was good.
Pam has something in her brain that allows her to cook on on command.
Right.
Really amazing. I must commend her for that. And sorry, I lost my train of thought.
Oh, you're good. Yeah, so I turned in everything, including the paperwork, like 30 seconds before the deadline.
Fucking Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
How we do it.
I mean, afterwards, they extended the paperwork deadline because people had trouble getting in. But at the time, there was no extension, so I got everything in within like 30 seconds. Yeah.
And it's really only after once you see a movie, you don't notice the sound unless the sound quality is bad. Then you notice that the quality is bad. Yeah. And I think the major Achilles heel that we had in our short is that we just couldn't hear the dialogue, and that was necessary for the character development that we had in the story. And since we didn't have that, we didn't have the audience go, oh, like that with us, with the characters, with the narrative. That was a big hit that we had to take. But considering all the shit that happened, we did relatively well under the given circumstances. That I must say. And it's really all thanks to you. You were like the driver of the seat.
Oh yeah, no, I thought everybody on set, which is amazing. They were Peter, absolute W. He was a great gaffer, and Pamela, of course, Spencer. Those two were great. And then the actors, Natalie, Marissa, and Zach. Yeah, you may know Marissa and Zach from my own short films. Natalie was a new person I met for this short film. But yeah, they were great. They knew their lines. We didn't really have much trouble in terms of that, which was nice. Like an extra breather, I guess.
Yes, thank God.
Yeah.
Yeah, Natalie's not really an actor. I think she's studying astrophysics or something scientific. I don't remember. They changed recently. But considering that they're not an actor at all, they fucking ate that shit. Well, can we swear? Or maybe not?
Maybe I'll bleep it out.
Yeah. Oh, okay. But they ate, considering that they're not an actor. So we had a really good acting crew. And then what else?
What we would do next time. Let's say next year we try doing the 48-hour film challenge again.
Here's a plan of attack for next year's 48-hour film festival. Number 1, at least 2 weeks prior to the pre-production and to the shoot, we're gonna make sure to not go to any crazy parties where you can there's a high risk of you're gonna get COVID. We're gonna stay safe.
Yes.
On Saturday, we're just gonna read a book indoors. Take it easy. At that point, I'll do a much better job at producing at that point because I will not get COVID at that point.
Right. I think that was like the one canon event that just derailed everything for that film.
Canon event.
Yeah.
It was. That was like the first downhill, the first like trip that we had. Yeah. And then it started going downhill and we tried to like make it go back uphill. But at that point, it's an uphill
battle. Yeah.
Yes. At that point. Yeah.
And I guess another thing is to maybe, well, I guess it would be easier if like the producer was there, right? Okay, you. But like, I think part of the problem was that I was putting too much on my plate, in terms of data, in terms of getting the paperwork in, and equipment management and stuff like that, when I should have been focusing on other things, which led to me forgetting one of the most important things, the audio. And I think even if I didn't forget the audio, that would have been a smooth production regardless, because then we would have had good sound, we would have more time to edit. Well, yeah, more time to edit, and then I mean the film didn't come out bad. It was just like if we had more time for editing, that would have been nice.
Yeah.
And if the sound was there, obviously.
Yeah, the stars did not align for this year's 2024 Chicago 48-hour film festival. Having that said, we did learn some key insights that we're gonna take into next year's. Yeah. First of all, Abe, since I was like out of commission, you basically took on my roles as producer, which I hate because the director is supposed to have the vision, is a driver of the seat who has the vision,
right?
And we follow this vision. And the producer's job is basically to take care of all of your obstacles and problems, so that you have a smooth sailing towards the vision, that you take us into that path. But because of my sickness, I couldn't really solve your obstacles, your problems, and you were stuck. It's like in Mario Kart, you had a bunch of bananas, and it was my job to remove those bananas. But I wasn't in the race that day.
There was a lot of banana peels too.
There was. So that's what we're gonna do better next time. Not get COVID. Now that I think about it, that was like the inciting incident that threw everything off the rail.
Yeah.
That must have been the one. Yeah, because I could have, like, you know, not that I'm a good actor, but I can act. Well, like, I'm not shy about acting.
Right.
So I wanted to do that, and I wanted to solve all of your problems, but I just didn't have the mental capacity to that back then.
This man was working too much. This man had COVID, and he was still like doing producing stuff. I'm like, dude, go to sleep, man. Go take some rest, man. I'll figure it out.
Yeah, there was still some little things I had to figure out before I could finally take that good nap to heal.
Yeah, I don't think I got any sleep that weekend either. It was like I was up for like 50 hours at that point.
Really?
Yeah.
I hate doing that.
Yeah.
Oh, because after the first night that you don't go without any sleep, your brain is, at best, it works halfway. And you can't really think. Things slip up from you, like, oh shit, how did I forget that? How did I miss that? You can't think as fast. It's like if your computing power is like at half capacity. So, you know what? Okay, I know what we'll do next time.
Okay.
We're gonna split up the work evenly. We'll take shifts, basically.
We'll
take shifts.
Yeah.
And, well, yeah, we'll split up the work evenly according to our abilities. If I can't do something because I don't have the skills, you'll do it. Vice versa. We'll split it up evenly.
I mean, one thing that every new film I'm working on, my crew just gets bigger and bigger, which, I mean, it is a little like, cause like, yeah, you know, when you're growing up, it's like, I want to be a director, and then now you're like, oh shit, I actually gotta like learn how to like.
You have to know how to communicate your vision effectively to people.
Yeah.
Without making them feel inferior,
right?
Making them feel, and you have to make them feel like they're a part of the creative vision and team, and like if they're actually doing something worth, that is actually something. Imagine I said the right word right there.
Yeah.
That's really. What's your experience on that? How have you grown as a director?
Let's say a year ago, I had a really tough time communicating effectively with people. And especially like in a workplace setting, and this is like all collaboration, right? So like communication is a big key of that, and because at that point I think for like my shorts, like the bunny or whatever, my crew size was only like 3 people, right? Maybe 4, including me, right? And then since then, I don't know how. I think it must have been like 12 people that worked on this project this time. For this 48-hour film challenge. So I think it's just a big thing, just time management and doing the busy work beforehand, so you can like effectively communicate your ideas to people. And I guess just learning how it's like a fine line of being like assertive and being like open to ideas, because a big part of this collaboration, and you want people to work on your project and you want their ideas too, because there's a lot of great ideas that were implemented in this project that came from other people. And yeah,
I just got a good idea. Let me give you an analogy of what it means to be a director, because you have to walk a fine line between being open to ideas, because you never know if the person who's talking to you
The best idea always wins. Yeah.
exactly has like the best idea that solves all the problems, or if it's, you have to be able to discern whether that idea that is given to you is pretty shit, or if it's like the creme de la creme. And okay, that's the fine line. That's one side.
Right.
The other side of the fine line is you have your vision as a director, and you have to be able to defend that vision from your own team. Because sometimes, even though your team wants the best for you, if the communication is not done well, there's brains going in different directions. And we, as a director, we have to like unify the visions to like go towards the same goal.
Yeah. So I mean, this experience has been absolutely like. There's a lot of learning, for sure, because you just got like hit with every roadblock on the way, and it's a miracle we got something watchable on screen. And watching it, because I think this was like the first film that's ever been screened in the theater for me, and then first film that's ever had a composer too. Yeah, so there's a lot of firsts for this project, and yeah.
You lost your composer virginity.
I did, yeah, I did. It was pretty cool, man. It was pretty cool.
As it were.
Yeah.
Okay, we've gotten to the last section of this little conversation that we're having. The parting comments. I have one parting comment. There's a quote by this guy that I really admire, who is not real because he's from an anime.
Okay.
But my boy, this is what he said. And I want to tell this to you. This is what he said to his son.
Okay.
So pretend that I'm the dad and you're the son, okay? Okay. Abe. Abe.
Yeah.
Enjoy the detours to the fullest, okay? Because in those detours, you'll find the things more important than what you want.
Very wise.
Yeah.
Very wise.
I want you to absorb that and sleep on it. Because
it's been absorbed, and I will sleep.
that's my one parting comment that I want to say.
Yeah.
Because there's something that we want. You know, sometimes you live your whole life and with an overarching goal that you want to reach at the end. And because you're so focused on the goal, there's nothing wrong about that. We forget to enjoy the little moments on the way to the goal. And it's in those little moments that make up our life as it is. It's in the friends we made along the way, the laughs we shared, that in the end, once the credits roll, was more important than the actual goal. Not that the goal wasn't important, but it just goes to say that it was even more important than the actual goal, which was already important to begin with. So that says a lot. So yeah, thank you, son, for listening to that parting comment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, and with that, I think we will bid you a very farewell, a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year, every other holiday that's not strictly American.
Right.
Imagine I set them, and
It will put like
a
a
list.
scroll.
A list. No,
Yeah.
we don't even have to do that. But yeah,
It'll be funny if I do it. Maybe it's still rolling right now. Who knows? Yeah.
I think that's it, right?
Yeah. So once again, thank you to 48. Thank you to everyone who worked on this movie. You guys have been real G's. And yeah.
And one last thing, I want to send your way 48 hugs and 48 kisses.